Today is day 2 of our Xander's 10th birthday vacation. We're heading out to Discovery Cove. We are going to swim with sharks and dolphins, enjoy the reef and the lazy river there. All day eating and drinking for the adults. It's going to be an awesome adventure and we can't wait to go. Games with love.
Okay, Discovery Cove, my good old friend. It's been so long since I last seen you. It's been 3 years. It feels like forever.
Yeah.
Every once a month.
But not here. Yeah, it's down in Mexico.
Oh, I see a black tip.
There's a white tip right in front of us. See the white on the tail and the dorsal? And there's the black tip.
Some of them look like their fins are gonna go above the water. That's what.
Did it?
He just has fin up for a slight second. Slight second. Oh, there's a bony. I forgot its name.
Bonnet head.
The bonnet head.
It's a teeny tiny one too.
So am I gonna need my snorkel for this, or do you have their own little?
No, you're gonna need your snorkel.
Oh, because I saw that over there, and it looks like you put something over. Ask the person when we get up there how many
Yeah.
bonnet heads are here.
Yeah.
Because I keep seeing one, but I don't know if that's the same one I keep seeing, or if that's... Oh, he has a missing fin. See?
Yeah, it doesn't have
grouper.
a little pectoral.
That's sad.
If not, she's gonna go swimming, and that'll be fun for you guys to see her go swimming in there.
I mean, we're gonna...
Really cool. The only other thing I would suggest is standing on the ledge where Winston is at. As long as you have shoes on, and I wouldn't let your hand go under the water without gloves and sleeves on. You can leave the shoes on, especially if there's little mounds right there. Alright, so I'll go ahead and tell you a little bit about the animals that we have in here. The very large sharks on the bottom are our nurse sharks. We have male and female. A lot of people know nurse sharks know them to be, oh, those are the nice ones is usually what people tell me. That is true for our nurse sharks, and that's true for all of our sharks in here, actually. Just people hear the word nurse, and they're like, oh, great, nurses help people. They call them nurse because they're nice, like nurses are. The reason why they got their name nurse shark is because the way they suck their food in, like a nursing baby. So they do cruise across the bottom and usually look for things on the bottom to eat. They have a very powerful suction when they suck their food up, but their teeth are very, very tiny. So if you were to get bit by one, they could break fingers and toes and things like that, or give you a really bad hickey. But other than that, their teeth are not dangerous. It would not feel good though, I can tell you that much. Alright, so also in here we have a very large grouper that's looking at me right now. She knows it's feeding time. This is a
Watch a lady, she's getting in the water, babe.
It's kind of like similar to our Goliath grouper that we have in our waters, but the Queensland grouper is from the Queensland area. So we do not have this type of grouper here. Swimming over to me right now is Winston, and Winston is a black flat stingray. They're native to the Indo-Pacific. A lot of our animals in here are native to the Indo-Pacific. Our black flat stingray here, we had him out on the reef for a while, and then he kind of acted like he was a little bit shy around our guests, and we decided this is a better home for him. Obviously, we don't have a lot of people swimming in here. We have another ray underneath the bridge right there, and that is our honeycomb stingray. She came to us from Disney as well, also from the Indo-Pacific.
Xander, do you want to go over and stand with Daddy and Uncle Dave? They might be closer.
Okay, I'm watching right now.
I am watching.
When you hear that pop, that means he did it.
Yeah.
Or she.
Alright, one for Bonnet.
Yay!
Wait, that's his name?
One squid for Bonnet, one for Max.
He's moving that way.
And Winston is sitting on top of it, but not eating it. Alright, tell me everything that you just said. We have one total for Bonnet, one total for Mags. Winston is sitting on top of his fish and not eating it. What are you doing? Bonnet, Mag, and still waiting on Winston? Yeah, he's just sitting on it. I just want to make sure no one else gets it.
Right.
So some of our animals are trained specific ways.
Touchdown.
There's your head. There's your head.
Hello, we are the Garfields. This is my wife Pamela, and my name's David, and we would like to give a critique on Discovery Cove, our second time around.
We were here 3 years ago for our nephew Alexander's 7th birthday. He wanted to swim with sharks, but at that time he was too young. You have to be 10. So this time around, he just turned 10, and we made the adventure happen by getting ourselves booked at Discovery Cove, along with a 7-day vacation in Florida. We want to give our critique on what we thought of Discovery Cove's second time around. We did a shark swim, and it's called the Shark Interaction. There is shark snorkeling, where you just swim on the top of the water with the sharks. That is one upgrade. The second one is called an interaction, where you actually get a education on the shark, you get to pet the shark, and you get to feel the shark and interact with it in a longer experience. We also did the dolphin swim for the second time. It's what Xander wanted to do, so that's what we did, along with enjoying the park. What was your experience of the sharks?
Oh, I love the sharks. Just being there, and you don't go all the way underneath the water. You're just snorkeling on top with a life vest and a wetsuit, but just seeing the sharks come up to you, and sometimes they bump into you. It's just amazing.
Yes, every one of us, there was 4 of us in the party that actually did the experience, and every one of us got buzzed or tapped or sideswiped by one shark. In this area, there are 5 shark species that I can think of. I think there's only 5. There's the white tip, the black tip, the bonnet head, the zebra, and the nurse. All of them beautiful and interesting on their own, and they all interact together. And there's a few other things in this water area. There's a very, very, very large sturgeon. There are some rays that swim around, and some fish, just some random fish that are in there as well.
Yeah, and plus you weren't allowed to film at all. So we had another nephew above us taking some pictures, and they have a professional photographer, I should say, photograph us too.
Yeah, you do have to purchase a photo package if you want extra pictures that you're not able to take yourself. This was very wise for us because I'm a photo person, and I loved photos are my souvenir. So that's was well worth it. Great package, and beautiful, beautiful pictures of all the experience. And then after we did that, we had a very early date timing for our swim with the sharks. It was 8:30, which was great. Water's very cold at that hour, even in Florida. And this is April, so it was still very, very cold. But the adrenaline of what you're about to do takes over, and you just go right in. It is a very interesting experience. There's certain things you have to do. You do have to wear a full-bodied wetsuit. Once you're in behind the scenes and before you step into the water, you have to put on gloves, black gloves, and water shoes that go over your shoes. And we were told just that makes it so that the sharks don't see any like wiggling fingers, wiggling toes, and mistake them for something that they want to munch on.
Shark bait.
Yeah. And then also another thing with the shark interaction that threw me off quite a bit was the fact that you're not allowed to kick your feet. And my instinct when I'm in the water is to flail my arms and kick my feet in order to keep me afloat. So you have to be very mindful of that. And obviously you don't want to kick a shark and have that shark either react negatively to you or harm the shark. So that was the reasoning behind that. The instructors, trainers, whatever you want to call, whatever their title is, phenomenal. So educated and you know, well versed on what they're doing and how they're walking you through it. very supportive. Like I said, I wasn't scared of the sharks per se, but I was struggling with keeping afloat properly and being able to handle myself in the water differently than I'm used to in, like, say, a swimming situation. But they were very supportive and right there for you every step of the way, letting you know what you are to do, what you can do, can't do. And what do you think about the time frame that we got to spend with them?
It was a good amount of time for him because you don't want to stay too long in the water, and maybe the sharks will get a little bit upset or, you know, maybe a little bit agitated. And I thought the time was really good.
I did too. It wasn't so much that you got bored to death with it, or you know, the excitement was there.
It was just enough.
It was just enough. And then of course you have to accommodate the other guests. Obviously there's more than just our party doing this interaction that day. They do limit how many bookings they take per day. One of the things we love about Discovery Cove is that they cap the amount of people coming into the park at 1,300 a day. And that is wonderful because you do not feel, even though there was plenty of people, you do not feel overcrowded or congested in the areas. Discovery Cove then had when was our dolphin? 12:30?
I want to say more.
Or 11.
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock was our dolphin swim. Second time doing this.
Highly recommend it.
Highly recommend it. If you love marine life and any kind of animals like that and want to get an up close and personal experience, this is the place to do it. It's very controlled. It's very well taken care of and handled. The trainers are so knowledgeable and take care of their animals so well. Our dolphin was Latoya. She was one of the oldest ones they have there. I can't recall what was her age, 35, 38, something like, somewhere in there. Yeah. And she was at one point a little bit sick of doing what she was told to do and took off and just went on a swim back out to the further trainers that are way out in the lagoon. And we had to just stand there and wait. And the trainers let us know that they do everything on the animal's time. Nothing is done on like forced or demanded. If the animal refuses to do it, then
let it be.
We stop and we wait.
Yeah.
If she would not have come back, they would have delayed or postponed our experience. Second time doing this was just as good as the first. Yeah. They did things a little differently than the first time. We did all still get to pet the dolphin, watch the dolphin do tricks. We gave the hand signals so that the dolphin would do tricks. She talked, they showed how she talked with her blowhole and all those things. And what else did she do? Oh, she also told us, we all got to the quote unquote swim with the dolphin, is where you put your one hand on the dorsal fin, one hand on the pectoral fin, and the dolphin will pull you, I would say, at least 30, 40 feet.
I want to say at least maybe 60 feet.
Maybe I couldn't tell you.
It was a good amount.
But it was a good amount, and to feel that dolphin's power, strength, just the feeling of when you're standing there on those rocks and the dolphin swims right over to you. And it's just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It is an experience, like the power of this animal and the bigness of this animal. It's amazing.
It's
beauty. We all loved it. We all had a great experience. Once again, 4 of us in the package. We were a party of 5, and my older nephew, who is 21, he wanted to just relax and kick back. And being 21, he wanted to enjoy the drinks package. They offer a lot of specials, and this drinks package for all of us was free of charge in our pricing. And so he was able to sample all the drinks, which he said everything was very good.
They have a heavy hand on the drinks.
Little heavy-handed on the drinks,
Yep.
so they're not sparing on the alcohol.
Yeah.
He did lounge around, he walked around,
Yep.
he saw everything else he wanted to see.
And on the dolphin swim, you weren't allowed to take pictures again. You
Yeah.
have to buy the package. They have a professional photographer there again. taking pictures. And then we did a reef.
Which I feel they explain why
Yeah.
they do that. I mean, the dolphins have an attraction to anything shiny. You can't wear jewelry. You can wear if you have glasses. They let you
Yeah.
obviously allowed to wear your eyeglasses, but they tell you if you have on any kind of earrings or nose rings or rings on your fingers to please remove them, put them in the locker, because the dolphin will try to take them because they like shiny items. The Grand Reef is one of our favorite things to do. It is so immersive. You are actually a part of an aquarium, a tropical fish aquarium.
Yep.
Tons of species of fish in there. Ones that I can think of was the guitar fish, the puffer.
The puffer fish. Name's Mango. You will see Mango in a video. We're calling it.
Several
other stingrays,
eagle rays, huge
Yes.
Wingspan of more 6 feet at least wingspan, right there with you. You almost don't realize it until you stick that mask in the water and you see schools of fish just right in between your legs, going around your ankles.
Even in the shallow water.
Yes, it is the most surreal, amazing thing that we as animal lovers couldn't believe. And this is our second trip, and even the second time we were taken back by just how amazing that is. You forget yourself, you forget time, you just enjoy this thing. You just keep swimming and swimming and swimming. And we obviously had an underwater camera, so we were doing underwater videos, and even my 10-year-old nephew took one, and his video was so cute because he was so in joy and happiness. He's singing while he's videotaping with a mask on. So of course it's all muffled.
A little shaky.
We
didn't put that in a video.
But he was so in complete and utter bliss with himself and enjoying himself. So that part of Discovery Cove is, oh my God, that is one of the best parts.
Yeah, it is.
They also include at this park a aviary where you can feed the birds, and it is very beautiful birds. The birds come down. It's so well taken care of. There's people in there cleaning and keeping it all tidy at all times. There's a lazy river type thing where you actually go under a certain point, and there's an otter exhibit there where you are right on the glass, where they're on the other side of the glass and you're swimming in the water next to them.
Flamingo exhibit.
There's a flamingo exhibit, and there's also an upgrade called the Flamingo Mingle, and I believe there is a flamingo parade every day. They march the flamingos, I think it's twice a day, matter of fact. In the morning they go from one holding area to the next, and in the evening they go back to their original spot. Right through the crowd. It's amazing, and they're honking and interacting with the people. There's also a stingray or a ray feeding available. There is I'm trying to think what else.
An armadillo?
There's an armadillo there now. There's a sloth. There's macaws. There's marmosets. There's a prehensile tail porcupine named Silver that they have now. All things available to you. Several bars where, at least two that I saw. We're not big drinkers, but I saw at least two places, either end of the park, where you could get your alcoholic beverages. There is two, I think, gift shops that are beautiful.
Two gift shops.
Typically priced as what you would find in a resort style place. You know, it's not cheap, but it's not overly expensive either. Food is all included. Anything you want for breakfast and lunch is all inclusive. You can eat all day long. Drinks and also snack foods such as potato chips, pretzels with cheese, pizza, slushies.
Pop.
Beer and wine is free on that part of it. It comes with it. If you want a mixed drink or anything more, it's part of the drinks package. You have to pay extra for that. What else? what else is there? Oh, showers, changing rooms, lockers, sunscreen, towels,
Free parking.
free parking.
Just a beautiful place.
It's like stepping into a tropical oasis
Yeah.
when you walk in there. It sets the mood. It so says to me vacation. It's so like such a good, peaceful, calming vibe. There are white sand beaches with tons and tons of lounge chairs.
You can rent a cabana if you want.
You can rent a cabana. It's obviously more money to have a private cabana.
Upcharge.
And it's for us who are going to be constantly on the move doing the other things available. The cabana is senseless because there's plenty of just lounge chairs where you can plant your towels and any of your items and nobody touches it, nobody disturbs it.
And they close at 5. You have to get there at 7 if you want to get the good times slots for all your Avengers.
Right. And it's nice because it gives you the window between 7 and usually none of the scheduled events take place until 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
However, our first one was scheduled for 8:30, so that was nice, but we still had from 7 to 8:30 to get dressed, eat breakfast, look around, get our bearings, do what we wanted to do. And it runs so smoothly. People were kind and helpful. Any questions you have.
Yep.
It's just a fabulous place. Matter of fact, it's now like our number one place to go when we go to Florida. Since the first trip we did, we decided even back then 3 years ago that this is a must do on our trips to Florida. Which we don't go to Florida a lot, but when we do, this is on our list. And just an amazing place. Highly recommend. We will continue to do this over and over. And can't say any. There is no. I have not one complaint that I can even think of as a negative. If there was something, I'd be sure to say like, oh, they could do this better or they could do that better. I don't have anything to say. Everything went wonderfully,
and well worth the money.
Well worth every dime. It can become pricey. As I said, we did 2 upgrades. I can say that the shark swim itself was $199 each, and that's additional to the price that you pay just to get in. I can't remember quite what it is to get in. I think it's like $170, $160. Also with pricing, when you go to book your pricing, it is dependent on your date. Now, we went in April, so there's a little bit of spring break-ish stuff going on, so like some of the pricing was higher, and it depends on your date. You go on to book your thing and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it might be one price. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, a little higher, and it seems like the weekends are higher. And the next week may be different depending on if you're getting close to a holiday or something going on. So but well worth it. There's I think there's two other upgrades that I can actually remember. There is a underwater adventure where you put a helmet over your head and you go down. I think it's about 20 feet down in the water, and you go in a line and you watch them feed some of the fish and things under the water, and it's like you're underwater, like back in the
Captain Nemo.
Yeah, like Captain Nemo days way back then. There's that. There's also the ray feeding. That is an upgrade that you can participate and actually feed the giant rays. We also watched in the morning, right before our shark swim, we watched them feed the sharks, which was interesting in itself too. So they do a lot.
It's an experience to see that.
A lot of interaction and crowd participation, and very, very much educate you on what their mission is and why they do what they do. Some people might be opposed to having these type of animals in captivity. However, the knowledge and the amount of rescue and recovery that they do for these animals is groundbreaking. It's wonderful. So that's something to consider if you're opposed to that type of thing. But just a wonderful experience. Just loved it. It did not disappoint being the second time around. It was just as exciting and just as wonderful as the first time. when it was all new. Matter of fact, it was even a little better. Our 10-year-old nephew, Xander, marched through that place like he owned it because he knew where he was going, he knew what he was doing, and he was
lead dog.
He was, and he was so excited and happy to be there. So thank you so much, Discovery Cove.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching.
And if you like our video, please subscribe and hit the like button. We are a small channel. We wanted to grow, and this is our first vlog. So give us some comments, any pointers, or any questions. We will try to answer them. I really appreciate that.
Our vlog is going to be a variety vlog. It is going to have everything and anything on it. Anything we find interesting that we think you may find interesting, we will include. We are going to highlight our town and our community and our family as we go along because.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, because life's an adventure.
Only forever.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.